Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. The threat of significant flash flooding will spread into southern Mississippi and western Alabama as the warm front stalls out over the southeast. Very moist and unstable atmosphere appears primed to support bouts of prolific heavy rainfall, with multiple rounds of storms expected as multiple disturbances aloft traverse the area. The same warm front driving the thunderstorms will also contribute to sweltering heat in South Florida as well as Texas. Closer to home, today through Sunday, we're going to see a warming trend with high temperatures running 5 to 10 degrees above average by Sunday. We're going to see breezy to windy conditions on Monday through Wednesday, but with very low relative humidity values. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. F-16 combat fighter jets can often be seen and heard soaring high and fast in our skies. The Air Force's 54th Fighter Group at Holloman Air Force Base trains around 100 of those skilled F-16 pilots every year. First Lieutenant Lily Ruland is one of 2 female student pilots at Holloman, while Captain Ashley Thaxton is the second. Both come from families deeply rooted in military service, and they say they were inspired to serve their country from an early age. According to the Department of Defense, women make up around 20% of the Air Force, and it wasn't until 1993 that women were permitted to fly in combat missions for the first time. Whenever flying, Captain Thaxton and First Lieutenant Ruland remember the women who blazed the trail before them. The Tularosa Public Library Summer 2024 reading program is set to take off. I spoke with Linda Vigil.
The theme for the summer program is Adventure Begins at Your Library. It's for ages 6 to 11, and it's from 11 June to 11 July on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Our registration begins on 24 May, but you have to either call the library or come in to see us to register your children. No children by themselves to register. And the goal of the program is to help our children to maintain their current reading level, whatever they've achieved in school. So, the summer slide starts happening.
575-585-2711 or TularosaPublicLibrary.org. The Otero County Extension Office is bringing diabetes awareness classes to Otero County.
That is a series of 6 sessions. We will start in mid-June and go through mid-July. It'll be 2.5 hours each session. And so what we do is we just cover a variety of different topics related to managing diabetes or a chronic condition like diabetes for better health. So we talk about blood sugar levels, how to monitor those and keep them steady. We talk about foot care. We talk about managing stress. We talk about healthy eating, how to use medication, working with our healthcare providers also to help us keep healthy. So that's about diabetes self-management.
If you need some more information,
they can contact us at the Extension Office. Our number is 575-437-0231.
That was Kelly Knight speaking with Crazy Radio. This course is free. Well, today is Friday. It's time for a cat chat.
Hi, this is Kathy Denton with Kitty City NN, and welcome to this week's edition of Cat Chat. Special thanks to Christy Lepus of KAHL Radio for recording last week's Cat Chat when I was unable to speak due to a horrible sore throat. Thank you, Christy. Yay! Today we are back to talking about kittens on Cat Chat. We have so many kittens. Aww. As the weeks go by and the kittens reach adoption age, I will feature these little darlings frequently. We have 2 litters that are now 10 weeks old, have had their vaccinations, and are ready for adoption. Our first litter is the pride and joy of Mama Linguini, who is a gentle and pretty gray tabby. She is ready to say goodbye to her little ones, who are all eager to explore their new world away from Mom. All 5 babies are tabbies with various shades of gray. They were born in early March. These kittens were fostered in a loving home with adults, children, and other cats and dogs. This litter is very accustomed to being handled, hugged, and generally adored. Oshkosh is the Menominee name for claw. This gray, dark tabby is playful and lovable little guy. Chitana is a native word for star in the sky. She is the sweet little girl who loves running and playing. She's a pretty dark gray tabby with white. She has boss energy while also being a snuggler. Nayanta is a native word for he who wrestles. This is an energetic little guy who loves to roughhouse with his litter mates. Ashcook is the Algonquin name for snake. She is a pretty little girl with dark gray and a marble snake-like pattern on her fur. She is very gentle, shy, and snuggly. She does her best to beat up on her brothers. Don't let the shy ones fool you. Appointments can be made to see these kittens with Kitty City NM. Otherwise, they will be at the White Sands Mall tomorrow, Saturday, May 18th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Or you can view all of our cats and kittens at our website at www.kittycitynm.com. Please come visit our cats at 56 Stanley Ranch Road and see all the lovable cats that we have waiting for their forever home. Please come to the White Sands Mall tomorrow, Saturday, May 18th, and Saturday, June 1, to find your forever friend. This has been this week's edition of Cat Chat. I'm Kathy Denton, and we will be talking with you next week from Kitty City NM. Kitty City and you, no one loves them better.
Local celebrity bird Taco the Chicken will be out and about this Friday. I spoke with Dr. Rebecca Michael about it.
We're working on the newest book called Taco Discovers Space in Alamogordo, New Mexico. Of course, he's going to the Space Museum, hence the title. We are doing this book for the children and the people of Alamogordo to assist with the DARE project. I spoke with the Alamogordo Police Department, and they informed me that their funding for the DARE program for their fifth graders is very low. They wanted to see if I would be happy enough to give all the royalties for the DARE program, and I told them, of course. So the book is important for the commerce of the town, the history of the town, and getting funding for the police DARE program.
Details are available by checking out Facebook Taco Doc Becca Tularosa. That's Taco Doc Becca Tularosa. News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Local sports, local events, and local happenings, and more. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
The Hobbs Police Department says 2 men have died after being shot on Wednesday. Officers were called to a home around 11:15 p.m. to tend to a medical emergency. When they arrived, the front door of the home was open and they found 54-year-old David Castillo and 52-year-old Felipe Castillo shot. Both men died from their injuries. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham and Attorney General Raul Torres are facing a federal lawsuit over the 7-day waiting period involving gun purchases that went into effect this past Wednesday. The lawsuit claims the waiting period law puts an unconstitutional burden onto those looking to legally purchase firearms. Let's have a look at the law. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The right to keep arms necessarily implies the right to obtain arms. After all, keep means to possess or to have weapons. The lawsuit argues, by the Waiting Period Act's very terms, it prevents individuals from taking possession of their firearms. The waiting period arbitrarily delays the right of law-abiding citizens to obtain arms, even if they immediately pass all required background checks, and even if they desire to obtain an arm for the purpose of self-defense in the home. Not to mention the fact that if a criminal was looking for a weapon, they're not going to be going through background checks and so forth. Time is running out for advocates and supporters of the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act. Back in March, the U.S. Senate passed an extension and expansion of RECA in a 69-30 vote. 2 months later, it still has not received a vote on the House floor. Since 1992, the Justice Department estimates the RECA program has provided around $2.6 billion in compensation for mining workers in some states and people downwind from nuclear states here in America, as well as their families who have experienced adverse health effects from radiation exposure. This could all come to an end on June 7th, 3 weeks from today. That's when RECA will expire if there is no action on it by then. Representative Gabe Vasquez spoke yesterday outside the U.S. Capitol.
We are asking Speaker Johnson to bring this up for a vote on the House floor. We have strong bipartisan support, led by Senator Hawley and other Republicans.
According to advocates and lawmakers, Speaker Johnson cited the costs of the expansion as a reason for his hesitance. In 2022, Congress approved a 2-year extension of RECA. The Congressional Budget Office estimates costs at around $50 million a year to fund. The expansion would cost around $5 to $6 billion a year.
The cost is really being borne by the individuals rather than the United States, and the United States is the one that caused the harm.
Representative Teresa Ledger Fernandez.
That is why we implore those who make the decisions of what gets voted on the floor to listen to the majority of the House members who would vote for this and bring it to the floor for a vote.
If it passes the House and signed by the president, downwinders into Mexico as well as other states, this includes uranium miners who were working after 1971, would receive coverage for the first time. A Farmington High School graduate was told to remove her cap adorned with Native American beading and a feather, and was made to put on a plain cap at the school's commencement ceremony on Monday. District protocol states that the cap and gown must be worn and the appearance may not be altered. Students were reminded of this repeatedly. The graduate's mother, Brenda Whitebull, spoke with KRQE.
I just don't understand why they chose my daughter to discriminate against. Made it rightfully so that because she was Native American, because she had beadwork that was cultural.
No, it was not discriminatory. She and everyone else were told the rules and she chose to ignore them. This is more of that entitled bullspit. If you don't like a rule, challenge it. But if you break it, you cannot be surprised that there are immediate consequences. The feather was returned intact to the family during the ceremony, and the beaded cap was returned following graduation. We all know how deeply politically minded children from kindergarten through 8th grade tend to be, right?
Unquestionably.
Students at Liebrook Elementary and Middle School in Sandoval County conducted a walkout yesterday morning protesting their lack of safety after a gun was brought onto campus. Again, obviously a protest like this was clearly the idea of the children.
Right.
Parent Daniel Augustine spoke with KOAT.
Actually, the principal just ignored everything. Like, he didn't have no protocols. He didn't have no plan for how to react in these types of situations. So he just moved on like everything was normal. Why would you do that, man? This is like a serious threat. Like, these kids are like very valued.
Felix Garcia, the superintendent of Jemez Mountain Public Schools, says the school district is concerned with the safety of the students.
We've made several attempts to meet with parents and to talk to them. We've had several meetings, we've had assemblies and things like that, and it seems like they don't want to focus on strategies to improve.
Garcia also said there needs to be improvements within the school staff at Liebrook. There's going to be a community meeting at Counselor Chapter House at 10 a.m. on Monday regarding these issues. But using kids as pawns is disgusting. Whether it's in a divorce or for political gain, there are other and better ways. Do these kids, especially the youngest ones, have a clue what they were protesting, or were they simply doing as they were told? Your Crazy Radio spot on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies. Mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 84. Low tonight, 60. High tomorrow, 91. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny skies today. 20% chance for showers and storms. Winds gusting as high as 18 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tonight, sunny tomorrow. Winds gusting as high as 18. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 62. Low tonight, 45. High tomorrow, 69. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.